Hey, what's up, Cowboy Nation? This is Cowboys Abroad. Just want to talk a little bit about Cowboy headlines, hot topics, not so hot topics, things that's going on in the headlines, things that's being said, rumors happening in the headlines today. Just want to talk a little bit about it. No, I won't hold you too long. First of all, let's talk about the coaching situation. Headlines came out today. Story came out today. Could Lincoln Riley from Oklahoma be the Cowboys' new head coach? That was kind of a story that came out today. Um, and what I want to say about this, really ain't really much to say about this, other than it's anybody's guess. It's anybody's guess, and it's this one is at least plausible, though. This one is at least plausible. This one is at least a reasonable. This is actually reasonable. I don't know. I don't know what the right word for this, but this is at least a reasonable story that could potentially happen. It could potentially happen because the Cowboys did not extend Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett is in his last year of his contract. So is Lincoln Riley. He's in his last year of contract, in the last year of his contract with Oklahoma. So it's no, it's a possibility at least that the timing matches up, and that Lincoln Riley, if he doesn't re-sign with Oklahoma, would at least be available as a potential candidate for head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Um, so it's at least plausible. I say that to say recently the Cowboys have been rumored uh, have been rumored regarding coaches. Um, as you can see right here, could Kellen Moore be the next head coach? Sean Payton the next head coach? There was also one. Is Chris Rashad the next head coach? Well, everybody right now is kind of guessing. The minute you need something to talk about during the off season, while players are off on their summer vacation, so they come up with these different things. These different topics to talk about. But really, um, these nothing more than guesses or assumptions. Somebody's going to have to be the head coach, and then people are trying to figure out who that might be. Don't really put too much weight into these. Uh, don't really put too much weight into these, even when they come from insiders, because I've seen insiders be wrong on several occasions. I've uh, I, I've witnessed insiders' information not necessarily be on par. So I don't really put a whole lot of I don't really put a whole lot of emphasis on it. But it's possible that Lincoln Riley could be the next head coach. But I mean, right now it's very possible that Chris Richard could be the next head coach. It's very possible that Kellen Moore could be the next head coach. It is very possible that Jason Garrett stays. Um, it is very it is very possible that we go out and get somebody else that's not not on that roster right now. But uh, that last statement is the most unlikely scenario. The most unlikely scenario is that we go and bring somebody in completely from the outside. Why? Because we have time, money, resources, system put in place, and we've did personnel, a lot of personnel movement to set up for this type of system. Bringing somebody in new is basically going in a different direction, saying I don't want. Basically, kind of throwing in the towel, saying I don't really like the direction this team is going. I'm bring somebody that's going to take the team in a new direction. Totally take the team in a new direction. I don't think the Cowboys have any intentions of totally taking this team in a different direction. So bringing somebody in that's not currently on our roster um, is not likely to happen, but it could. That's why I don't really put too much weight into this. I don't put too much weight into this. It's more likely that Jason Garrett stays. It's more likely Jason Garrett passes the torch to somebody within our organization. Will that be Kelly Moore? Will that be Chris Rashard? Will that be our tight ends coach that's been around for a while? Somebody within our regime. So moving on from that, let's get away from this. Let's get away from this. Let's move on to this uh, headline of ridiculousness right here. This one, um, I don't really want to say too much about. I really want to say too much to this, because it's been beat to death. It's been beat to death over the last week, or ever since June 20th when this guy said it. That's about a week now. It's been constantly talked about. What's my official position? What's my official position on it? I'll tell you what my official position of it is. I'm not interested in trading Dak. I'm not interested in trading Dak for the foreseeable future. Uh, Dak, in my mind, is Cowboys QB. I mean, and the whole premise of it just seemed ridiculous to me. Why would you go out and build an entire roster and bring in all these players completely rework the playbook, and build this team around Dak's skill sets, only to trade Dak and go with somebody completely new. Um, and you waste the last 3 or 4 years that you spent uh, putting the pieces together for this team. Uh, just sounds like nonsense to me. Doesn't really make sense. That said, this is football. This is football. And there's a business side to football. Uh, would I trade that? I would trade any player on this roster. Any team on this roster is available for trade. And my mind is available for trade with the right offer. With the right offer, I'll trade Dak. I'll trade Zeke. I'll trade DeMarcus Lawrence. I'll trade Byron Jones. I'll trade Tyron Smith. I'll trade anybody on this roster for the right price. Uh, what the challenge is, that Cowboy Nation, is when I say, I'm not going to trade a player. What that means to me is um, the price that I would charge, the compensation that I would require to get rid of one of these players, would be so significant that no one in my mind would be naive enough to actually do it. Nobody in my mind would be crazy enough to give up the price in which I would charge for one of these players. But there's a business side to anything. There's a business side to anything. And if you give me a healthy enough compensation, would I trade that? I'll trade him right. I'll trade him right now if I had a healthy enough compensation. Give me, we just go to an asinine level. Say, give me two first round picks, 2 third round picks, 2 6th round picks, and you can have them. Um, and you can have them. But if you're willing to give me 6 picks, and out of those 6 picks, 4 of those are quality. 4 of those are quality picks. 2 of those are first round picks. If you're willing to give up that kind of leverage, you can have them, and you can take a $34 million price tag with you. But that's just a ridiculous premise. Nobody's really going to give that up, and no should they. It would be naive on their part. It would be naive on their part, and it would be naive on our part to expect it. Whenever a trade is so unrealistic, wherever a trade is completely and totally unrealistic, then the player is not available for trade. And in this case, would I trade that? Absolutely not. Because what I would tell you, what I require trade that so outrageous that nobody would actually give it to me. Now, if somebody was to come by and say, "Okay, I'm gonna push all the chips on the table, put all my chips in, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give you 2 first-round picks, 2 third-round picks, and 2 sixth-round picks." Uh, Goodbye that. I find somebody that can lead this. I'll find somebody that can lead this team. Um, I'll find somebody that can do it. But um, it's a crazy premise. Anyway, Moving on from that. Let's talk about the next hot topic, which is uh, this one. It's really, uh, to me, um, ludicrous. It's outrageous to me. Outrageous to me. And what makes it outrageous? What makes it outrageous to me is somebody saying Zeke won't get extended this season or next off season. That's outrageous to me. But what makes it outrageous is not that Zeke won't get extended don't won't get extended this season. I don't expect it to. I don't expect him to get extended this off season. Why? Because he has 2 years left on his contract. Well, yeah, it's because he played his fourth. This is going into his 4th year. Then we picked up his 5th year. We picked up his 5th year option, which gives him another year. So in theory, we still have Zeke on the contract for 2 more years, this year and next year. Uh, I don't expect him, with 2 years left on his contract, I don't expect the Cowboys to do an extension when we're working on some of the other big name contracts. We need to get Dak done. We need to get Amari Cooper done. Um, and really, there's no real reason to pay Dak. Pay Zeke at this moment. That's it. What got me bothered is saying that he won't get paid next offseason. I think that's a little crazy. And the reason I think it's crazy is because, yeah, technically Zeke will be on the contract uh, through next season. The problem that I have is it's the last year of the guy's contract, and he's gonna want some assurances of his next job. He's gonna want some assurances. He's gonna want some assurances, some guarantees that he's gonna have a continued future. And so going into his final year of his contract, I don't think it's reasonable to expect Zeke to go into that final year without a contract extension. Not when he's produced as much as he has for us, produced at such a high level for us. I don't really think that Zeke had anything to prove playing the final year of his contract without an extension. That just it doesn't gel well with me. Won't gel well with Zeke. Certainly not with his agent. And if I'm Zeke Elliott agent. I don't allow my client to go into his last year without a contract. Hell, I might even ask him. I might even tell him, man, we got to hold the thing out. Because if you get hurt just going into this final year, you could cost yourself your next. You could cost yourself the check for your next job, and the job and your next check uh, maybe uh, somewhere between 17, $20 million a year that you know what I mean, you risking like going out there and playing a fight in a year with no guarantee of longevity. That don't really make sense. To ask your client, to ask your client to put in jeopardy a $60 to $80 million payday. So, uh, would I allow Zeke to get out of next offseason without a contract extension? Absolutely not. And I don't think the Cowboys would. I don't know who this insider is that's saying this, uh, but I don't really think there's much truth to it. Won't get extended this year. Next offseason, I think Zeke definitely gets a contract. Um, that's just my 2 cents on it. My 2 cents on it. My take on it. It's gonna be a busy year. It's gonna be a busy off season. I think we got. I think we got about 30 somewhere between 30 and 30, somewhere between 30 and 34 uh, free agents next year. Next year, a lot of people gonna need contracts. A lot of people gonna get let go. It's gonna be a lot of turnover. But Zeke, in my mind, should and will be a priority. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna talk. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening in. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. I'm out.